Have you ever thought that just a few small morning habits could help you manage diabetes without being fully dependent on medication? It may sound simple, but science has proven that it is entirely possible. Today I am joined by Dr. William Lee, a leading expert in biomedical science with over 25 years of experience researching chronic disease prevention. Together, we will guide you in discovering scientifically backed habits that naturally and effectively support diabetes management. I understand that living with diabetes is not easy. Irregular blood sugar levels, morning fatigue, and the constant worry of heart, kidney, or nerve complications can leave you feeling exhausted and out of control. But did you know that by simply starting with 5 easy morning habits, backed by clinical research, you can noticeably stabilize your blood sugar, reduce hunger, boost your energy, and maintain a positive mindset throughout the day? And that's not all. By the end of today's video, you will also learn about 5 seemingly harmless everyday foods that could actually be silently damaging your health if not properly managed. So, do not miss a single minute of this video. What you are about to hear will not only help you better understand how your body functions, but also give you the power to take control of your diabetes journey. 1. Drink water immediately after waking up. Imagine you have just opened your eyes in the morning. Your body has gone 6 to 8 hours without water. In this state, your blood becomes more concentrated and your blood sugar may slightly rise. Drinking water right after waking is not just a healthy habit. It is an extremely effective strategy for managing diabetes. Dr. William Lee often emphasizes, water does not just quench your thirst. It is the medium that carries nutrients, flushes out toxins, and plays a vital role in balancing blood glucose. Biologically, when you drink 1 or 2 glasses of plain water in the morning, it helps dilute the excess glucose in your bloodstream after a long night. At this point, your kidneys can function more efficiently to remove excess sugar through urine. This is a natural mechanism your body uses to regulate blood sugar. According to the American Diabetes Association, maintaining proper hydration is directly linked to more stable blood glucose levels throughout the day. Especially on hot days, or when your body loses water through sweat, your blood sugar can become more concentrated, causing your glucose to spike even without eating. Starting the day with a glass of water also boosts your digestive system, helps regulate blood pressure, cleanses the kidneys, and supports metabolism. In addition, water helps balance vital micronutrients such as sodium, potassium, magnesium, and glucose-regulating hormones like insulin. If plain water feels a bit boring, do not worry. You can add a few slices of fresh cucumber to boost potassium and cool the liver. Add a few mint leaves or lemon slices to provide antioxidants like flavonoids and aid digestion. Or add a few slices of fresh ginger to stimulate bowel movements and help stabilize blood sugar. No need for sugary drinks or fruit juices, just plain water, simple, effective, and free. Yet it provides a powerful start to your day. Proper hydration also helps you feel lightly full, which reduces cravings or overeating at breakfast, an important factor in weight control and blood sugar balance. A glass of water in the morning is like hitting the reset button for your entire metabolic system. It reactivates blood circulation, cleanses the kidneys and intestines, and awakens glucose-regulating hormones. In other words, every time you choose to drink water after waking up, you are making a smart decision to support your pancreas, protect your blood vessels, and help insulin work more efficiently. Starting your day with water is not just about quenching thirst. It is your way of telling your body, I choose to be healthy. I choose to take control of my diabetes. 2. Eat a breakfast rich in protein and fiber. Imagine this. You have just finished a glass of warm water to awaken your body. Now it is time for your first meal of the day. But not all foods are suitable, especially for those living with diabetes. Dr. William Lee often says, the quality of your breakfast determines the quality of your blood sugar for the entire day. And the most important thing to remember is this: prioritize protein and fiber. According to several studies published in the journals Nutrition and Metabolism and Diabetes Care, people with diabetes tend to be more sensitive to carbohydrates in the morning. This means that if you eat a breakfast high in starch or sugar, you are more likely to experience a sudden spike in blood glucose right after eating. To avoid this, you should choose foods rich in protein and fiber, because these two components help slow down the digestion of carbohydrates. As a result, glucose is absorbed into the bloodstream more gradually instead of spiking quickly, which your pancreas and blood vessels will surely appreciate. So, what are ideal breakfast choices? A serving of sunny-side-up eggs with vegetables such as spinach, mushrooms, tomatoes, and a little avocado. Eggs are a complete source of protein, providing essential amino acids to nourish cells and slow sugar absorption. Unsweetened Greek yogurt paired with a few berries like blueberries and strawberries, plus a few walnuts. Yogurt supplies beneficial probiotics and protein, while berries contain anthocyanins that improve insulin sensitivity. Whole grain toast spread with unsweetened peanut butter or almond butter. This provides fiber and healthy fats to stabilize energy levels and reduce post-meal hunger. A study from the University of Missouri showed that people who ate breakfasts containing at least 30 grams of protein were better able to manage hunger and blood sugar levels for 24 hours compared to those who had a light breakfast of cereal or fruit. Fiber also plays a vital role. Insoluble fiber supports digestion, while soluble fiber binds to glucose in the gut, slowing its absorption and allowing glucose to enter the bloodstream more gradually. This mechanism is crucial for preventing blood sugar spikes after eating. Remember, a proper breakfast is not a light, nutrient-poor meal. It is a complete meal rich in protein and fiber, low in sugar and refined carbohydrates. It gives you sustained energy, keeps you full longer, and helps maintain stable blood glucose. Not only that, a high-protein, high-fiber breakfast reduces the risk of mid-morning hypoglycemia, limits snacking urges, and helps you better manage portions in later meals. And you know what? When you choose such a smart breakfast every day, you are training your body to respond steadily to insulin, to maintain its circadian rhythm and metabolic hormones. This is something medication cannot do if you continue skipping meals or eating the wrong foods. Let breakfast be the moment you proactively nourish your body, instead of letting blood sugar control your emotions and energy for the rest of the day. 3. Control your caffeine intake in the morning. Have you ever wondered why your heart races and your mind sharpens after a cup of coffee? Caffeine is clearly a powerful stimulant that awakens the brain and enhances focus. But if you are living with diabetes, caffeine can also have unwanted effects on your blood sugar. Dr. William Lee emphasizes that caffeine is not bad, but how you use it determines whether it supports or disrupts your glucose metabolism. According to research from the Mayo Clinic and the American Diabetes Association, consuming more than 250 milligrams of caffeine per day, equivalent to about 2 to 3 cups of coffee, may stimulate the adrenal glands to release adrenaline. This hormone causes the liver to release stored glucose into the bloodstream, which can lead to sudden spikes in blood sugar. For healthy individuals, this effect may not be significant. But for people with type 2 diabetes, whose bodies already struggle to use insulin effectively, any factor that suddenly raises blood sugar becomes risky. This does not mean you need to completely give up coffee. On the contrary, use caffeine strategically. You should drink coffee with a breakfast that includes protein, fiber, and healthy fats. This will help slow the absorption of caffeine and reduce the risk of sudden glucose spikes. Avoid drinking coffee on an empty stomach, as caffeine can strongly impact the liver and the sympathetic nervous system, putting the body into a fight-or-flight mode, even when you are just calmly sipping morning coffee. Limit your daily coffee intake to about 1 to 2 small cups, which equals around 100 to 150 milligrams of caffeine. This is a safe and appropriate amount. One interesting tip that Dr. Lee often recommends is Proffee, which is coffee mixed with a scoop of unsweetened protein powder. This blend not only keeps you alert, but also provides protein to slow sugar absorption, reduce mid-morning hunger, and prevent blood sugar fluctuations. For example, a cup of black coffee mixed with 1 scoop of unsweetened protein, isolate and shaken with unsweetened almond milk. You will have a delicious Proffee that is low in carbs, rich in protein, and very blood sugar friendly. If you are someone who regularly faces stress in the morning, be aware that caffeine can increase cortisol, a stress hormone linked to insulin resistance if consumed excessively over time. Therefore, in addition to monitoring caffeine intake, it is also important to maintain a proper breakfast routine, get enough sleep, and practice deep breathing exercises to keep your nervous system in balance. So, do not rush to eliminate coffee from your life. Keep it as a companion, as long as you know how to use it at the right time, in the right way, and in the right amount. When you control your caffeine intake, you will find yourself less fatigued mid-morning with fewer blood sugar swings and a more stable mental state. That is a wonderful gift your body receives from just one small adjustment each morning. 4. Light physical activity after breakfast. After you have rehydrated and eaten a balanced breakfast, it is the perfect time to do something your body will thank you for every single day. Move. There is no need to go to the gym or engage in high-intensity workouts. Just a few minutes of simple movement in the morning can bring enormous benefits, especially for those managing diabetes. Dr. William Li often says, movement is medicine. It does not just make you stronger, it helps stabilize your blood sugar naturally. When you move, even if it is just a light walk or some gentle stretches, your muscles begin to use the glucose in your blood as fuel. This means you are lowering your blood sugar without needing extra insulin. Many studies published in the journal Diabetes Care have shown that engaging in moderate physical activity for just 10 to 15 minutes after breakfast each morning can significantly lower post-meal blood glucose levels. One group of women with type 2 diabetes who walked lightly for about 30 minutes after meals showed a clear improvement in their HbA1c levels, which reflect average blood sugar over time, after just 12 weeks. Morning exercise not only helps process the glucose recently consumed from your meal, but also activates your entire metabolism. This supports belly fat reduction, improves insulin sensitivity, and promotes better blood flow to essential organs like the heart, brain, and pancreas. All of these factors contribute directly to preventing long-term diabetes complications. So, how do you get started? Dr. Lee suggests choosing gentle activities that you enjoy and can maintain daily. It could be a few minutes of stretching right in bed, a light yoga routine in the living room, or simply walking around the house with a friend or pet. If you have the time, try deep breathing exercises to help balance your sympathetic nervous system and lower cortisol, a stress hormone that contributes to insulin resistance. What is special about morning activity is that it also provides major mental health benefits. It helps you feel more alert, improves emotional regulation, and reduces stress and depression, which are known to negatively impact blood sugar control. When you feel happy, hormones like dopamine and serotonin are released, which lower cortisol levels and improve your entire endocrine system. If you have knee pain or limited mobility, start with arm and shoulder movements or simply practice sitting and standing gently beside a chair. Remember, what matters is not the intensity, but the consistency. Just 10 to 15 minutes each morning is enough to help your body process glucose more effectively while enhancing heart and lung function. Exercise also improves sleep quality, boosts memory, and reduces the risk of dementia in older adults, which is more common among those with diabetes. These benefits accumulate over time and become a key part of the proactive lifestyle that Dr. William Li consistently advocates. So each morning after breakfast, stand up and give your body the chance to move. This small action can open the door to long-lasting health and better blood sugar control. 5. Eat dinner early to stabilize blood sugar in the morning. It may sound strange, right? One of the most effective morning habits actually begins the night before. According to Dr. William Li, the timing of your dinner has a major impact on your blood sugar the next morning and your energy levels throughout the day. Many people have the habit of eating dinner late, after 8 p.m. or even right before bedtime. This can lead to a series of metabolic problems, especially for those living with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. When you eat late, your body does not have enough time to properly digest and absorb nutrients before entering rest mode. This causes blood glucose levels to rise during sleep and remain elevated into the next morning, leading to what is known as the dawn phenomenon. Dr. William Li cites several studies showing that if you eat dinner before 7 p.m. and allow your stomach to rest for at least 2 to 3 hours before going to bed, your pancreas has more time to process glucose effectively, which helps minimize leftover blood sugar at night. In addition, your body's circadian rhythm, also known as the biological clock, functions most actively during the day and begins to slow down in the evening. Therefore, eating late forces your digestive system to work against its natural cycle, putting pressure on the liver, pancreas, and blood sugar regulating hormones. A study published in the journal Diabetologia found that people who eat dinner late tend to have higher HbA1c levels, which means their average blood sugar over time is harder to control compared to those who eat earlier. Additionally, eating dinner early improves sleep quality, which is closely related to insulin regulation and better blood sugar control the following day. So, what should you eat in the evening to support this? Dr. Lee recommends choosing light, easy-to-digest meals that are still rich in nutrients. Examples include vegetable soup with lentils, steamed fish with spinach and quinoa, or a mixed vegetable salad with boiled eggs and some pumpkin seeds. If you feel hungry after dinner, drink a glass of unsweetened nut milk or eat a few slices of cucumber before bed instead of snacking on sweets or refined foods. Moreover, eating early gives you time to go for a light walk after dinner, a simple habit that can lower post-meal blood sugar by up to 30%. This is confirmed by research from the American Diabetes Association, which shows that walking for 10 to 15 minutes after dinner reduces glucose spikes compared to staying sedentary. Another thing to keep in mind is that late-night eating not only raises blood sugar, but also increases the risk of weight gain. When your body digests food while you sleep, excess energy is more likely to be stored as visceral fat, which is directly linked to insulin resistance and a higher risk of cardiovascular complications. So, do not think that early dinners are just for the elderly or for those on a diet. This is a scientifically supported strategy, proven to synchronize your biological clock, support the pancreas, reduce insulin resistance, and give you a lighter, more refreshed morning with better blood sugar readings. Try adjusting your dinner time earlier for just 1 week, and you may be surprised to find that you sleep better, feel less hungry at night, and most importantly, your morning blood sugar improves noticeably. So, we have now covered 5 morning habits, from drinking water, eating a breakfast rich in protein and fiber, managing caffeine intake, doing light movement, to choosing an appropriate dinner schedule. All of these are simple, easy to practice, and fully integratable into your daily life. You see, the 5 morning habits that I just shared with Dr. William Lee are not complicated or expensive. On the contrary, they are simple, gentle, and entirely within your reach each and every day. Just 1 glass of water after waking, a protein and fiber-rich breakfast, managing your caffeine intake, light movement after eating, and having an early dinner the night before. These together form a powerful system that supports stable blood sugar naturally without pressure or overloading your body. The most important thing is to start with the smallest step. You do not need to change everything at once. Today, just choose 1 habit to begin with. Practice it consistently and observe how your body responds. When you feel better, you will be more motivated to keep going, and over time, each small change will accumulate into major results. Managing diabetes is not only about taking medication on time, it is also about living the right way, making smart choices every day, and understanding your own body deeply. The habits you build in the morning are the foundation for helping you go further, live healthier, and rely less on medications and worries. I hope you will try applying at least one of these 5 habits starting tomorrow. And remember, if you find today's tips helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss upcoming videos on living well with diabetes. I will see you again in the next episode, where we will talk about 5 common myths that may pose hidden risks for people with diabetes. This is an important topic that you absolutely should not miss. Wishing you good health, peace of mind, and stable blood sugar each and every day.